For our younger students who can't read, and I know we're all busy, so making little tiny videos can take some time. Once you get going, it's not as time consuming as it was at the beginning if you're just building everything into Seesaw. I've stopped using Google Slides because I have found that when students try to go to Google Slides, they, number one, don't click through them all. Number two, by the time they come back, they don't really remember exactly what was going on there. And number three, sending them out of Seesaw at any point for some of our younger kiddos is just always a little precarious. So here's a good way that I prepare another kind of lesson. So not always exactly the same. I took just a straight video and I did it in Seesaw, nice and quick. I didn't use Screencastify. I didn't have to put it to YouTube and then make a link and put it in here. I just recorded it with Seesaw. It means I'm not going to be able to see it maybe for the rest of my life, but our teaching is always changing and growing, so I wouldn't probably use the same video more than a year or two anyways. So I just built the lesson right in here. I'm teaching them words, I'm showing them the sign language, or you're reading them the book, or you're explaining what a noun is, whatever your lesson may be. You're showing one-to-one counting up to 10, whatever your lesson is. So it's all right there. And then in the template, using images has been really helpful. So also just recording a sentence, like if you were trying to do a reading comprehension, you can just record a question. This is in Spanish.
Mrs. Casner le gusta té.
So you can record your question. What is one fact that we learned about polar bears? Or do polar bears eat foxes? Something, whatever your facts that you may have learned or whatever you're trying to check for understanding. And then instead of, they don't have to read anything, and now they don't have to write anything. So you've given them pictures, or you give them a big T and a big F for true or false. They listen to it, they circle it, they go to the next page. I have found that using multiple pages in the templates has kept student engagement as far as keeping it really clear, one thing at a time. And also for me, it's easy to just click through and you memorize the pattern after a few and you're like, okay, that one was up, down, left, right, true, false, whichever it was. And it's a little bit quicker to grade. So they listen to a sentence and they circle what the correct answer was. So I do that with true, false. I do that for literacy, for true, false. I also will do like a blank sentence. The polar bear's habitat is the, and then you can put a picture of the Arctic, a picture of the desert, a picture of, you know, a regular pine tree forest. And then they can pick which one goes with it for reading comprehension.